What are
Mhm.
some indications you've seen that like the time is right to move past that bottom rung of ChatGPT per se and start investing in more custom solutions, doing the prompt engineering or potentially taking on a bigger AI partner?
Yeah, so like this is the buy versus build, is that I would think about companies are specialists in their own business vertical in a way that a large language model specialist or AI specialist is not going to be. So I would say focusing on their skill sets, their core strengths, that's where they're going to be able to work really well. And then thinking about whether their AI solution is failing because it doesn't know the information it needs to know to be able to solve the problem, or it's too slow, or it's not accurate enough. Like those are two dimensions that businesses can invest in, either on context optimization or like logical optimization, which is like LLM optimization. Those are the two dimensions that they could buy. Because I'm assuming that the businesses here, they're not natural language processing specialists as their core skill set.
Right. And then do you have any advice on when you think about that logical optimization? Like, how do you choose the right model? How do you think about transitions between foundational models? And then to your point earlier, like it sounds that each of the agents have tools available and each of those agents actually could use a different model. So you're not kind of tied to just the OpenAI universe. Can
That's
you
right.
talk a little bit about that framework?
Yeah, so one is just start with any of the major providers, Anthropic, OpenAI. It almost doesn't matter just for prototyping, getting something together. And if you can't get it working with the major providers, it doesn't matter what model you pick, it's not going to work. So I would say just start with anything. And then once you start with anything, that's when you can swap it to a new model because it's not going to be locked in at that stage. And there are going to be like strengths and different considerations about like picking a thinking model versus a non-thinking model or using Gemini versus Anthropic. But at the stage of just like getting started, it's not super important. And you have to get it working with like something before you think about optimizing it further. And it's also extremely easy to swap models.
Yeah, I think that's something, at least I'll generalize Tui, but was definitely that problem, underappreciated early on, is I didn't quite realize that if you build things in a thoughtful way, really swapping out, Anthropic, Claude, whatever that foundational element is really, at least for us, just required a bit of a prompt tweak. And then when you start learning a little more in that vector, you start building prompts that are a little bit more generative as well. So you don't even have to like hard code these things into the code base and they can learn and adapt with you. So, I mean, great advice. Not shocking that that's how you built your mental model, but definitely something I wish I'd have asked you, I don't know, a year ago. But
Yeah.
anyway, we're here now.
Yeah.
You,
And I want to highlight just
oh,
that like you can really specialize in like anything with agentic systems and it's overkill. Like you could easily spend $50 million on vendors for like every step of the model process, but not all of these are required. And it really depends on the use cases, whether you need to have it work extremely well and accurately, or you need to have it work extremely quickly, or have it be extremely secure. Like there's tons of vendors out there for any step of the way.